So your classes are going on?
Yes,
Hello.
sir.
Okay. So today we'll discuss differential calculus. I'm sharing the PPT. So is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So
Yes.
it is of applied science.
Yeah, actually it is a
No, no.
protocol that the faculty is from which department that is written here. So don't worry about it. So I'm coming to the topic. So let's start with chain rule. We have discussed it some portion or some part of this chain rule yesterday, and today we'll discuss some questions also. So shall we start?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So before we start, we should take a screenshot. Just a minute. We start at 5:15 sharp.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Okay. So let us start. We start with chain rule. Derivative of composite function. So there is a theorem. If u is equal to gx, that is differentiable at x, and y is fu, it is differentiable at u. The y is differentiable at x, so we can write dy by dx is dy by du and then du by dx. So we have to remember y is function of u, then we can write dy by du and then we can differentiate u with respect to x. Suburb rule is also called chain rule. It can be expressed as y is equal to f of gx, that is function of gx, where gx is function of x, and if we differentiate it, so you get y dash. So we get y dash, that means it is f dash of gx and then differential coefficient of gx, so it will be g dash x. So here we have some different cases. Number one, if hx is equal to fx raised to the power n and f is differentiable at x, then h dash x, that is dash stands for differential with respect to x. So h dash x is n fx raised to the power n minus 1 f dash x. So what we have done, we have assumed fx as function of x and we have applied the formula x raised to power n. So d by dx of x raised to power n is n x raised to power n minus 1. So we have applied like this, and then we have to multiply by differential coefficient of this fx, and differential coefficient of fx is f dash x. Here number 2, dy by dx. If y and x are function of t, and here we can write dy by dt divided by dx by dt, provided y and x are function of t. So y is separately a function of t and x is also function of t. So in that case, dy by dx can be obtained as dy by dt divided by dx by dt, provided dx by dt, that is denominator should not be equal to 0. So these type of result are very useful in dealing with parametric functions. Number 3, dy by dx can be written as 1 by dx over dy, provided dx over dy is not equal to 0. So if we can obtain this, we can find dy by dx as we can reciprocate this, and that can be obtained as 1 upon dx upon dy. If it is possible to find easily dx by dy, then we find dx by dy, and then we can find dy by dx. And next is, it is the property of dy by dx is multiplied by dx upon dy, so its value will be equal to 1. So here we'll do some questions of differential where functions are in parametric forms. So question number 1 is, find dy by dx of the following function where x is equal to ct, y is equal to c upon t. So x is function of t, y is function of t. So x is ct, y is c upon t. So we can differentiate with respect to t. So we will first differentiate x with respect to t. So differential of ct is c. Then we differentiate with respect to t, and differential of y is c, and 1 by t differential is minus 1 by t square. So it is minus c upon t square. Now we can use the property of chain rule, that is dy by dx is dy by dt divided by dx upon dt. So we put the values minus c upon t square, and dx upon dt is c. So it is minus 1 upon t square. So we have to remember, whenever x and y are given function of t, then we can find dy by dx as dy by dt divided by dx by dt. So these are also known as parametric form. X is log t, y is sin t. Again we'll do the same. We find the differential of x and y with respect to t. So dx by dt is 1 by t, dy by dt is cos t, and dy by dx can be obtained by dy by dt divided by dx by dt. So it is cos t divided by 1 by t, so we can write it is t cos t. So that is the answer. Next is differentiate sin cube x with respect to cos cube x. So we have taken 1 and 2 example of every type. So here it is different. Generally we differentiate y with respect to x. Now here we have to differentiate sin cube x with respect to cos cube x. So what we can do, we can take first function as u. So let u is equal to sin cube x and v is equal to cos cube x. Now we have to find the value of differential of sin cube x with respect to cos cube x, or in other way we can differentiate u with respect to v, because we have taken v is equal to cos cube x and u is equal to sin cube x. So we have to differentiate u with respect to v, so we have to find du by dv. Now to find du by dv, what we can do, u is function of x, v is function of x. So here we can write u is function of x and v is function of x. So we'll find differential of u with respect to x first. So we differentiate u with respect to x, it is 3 sine square x, and then differential coefficient of sine x, that is equal to cos x. Now again we find differential coefficient of v with respect to x, and v is cos cube x, so it is 3 cos square x, and then differential coefficient of cos x, that is minus sin x. So we get dv by dx is minus 3 cos square x sin x. Now to find du by dv, we can use again that property, it is equal to du by dx divided by dv by dx. So we can put the value 3 sin square x into cos x divided by minus 3 sin x cos square x. Now we can see that 1 power of cos and sin can be cancelled, and here we can cancel these. 3 can be cancelled, so it is minus sin x upon cos x, so it is tan x. So that is the answer. So we'll try to do every type of questions. Implicit differentiation. Now what are implicit functions? Any student? We have to discuss it. What is implicit function? What is explicit function? Any student?
So where the x
Sir,
and y can be separated are known as implicit functions, and where they cannot be separated is known as explicit functions.
Now, what do you mean by separation?
They can be put on either side of the equal sign.
Okay. So, any other student?
sir, explicit functions are those functions in which like we can separate x and y,
Okay.
and implicit functions those functions in which x and y can't be separated in equation.
Very good. So, now let us come to the point. Let y be a function of x defined by an equation such that y is equal to x cube plus 2x square plus 3. So y is said to be defined explicitly in terms of x, and it is written as y is equal to fx, where fx is x cube plus 2x square plus 3. Now however, in x and y, if these are connected by the equation x square y square minus 3xy plus 9x plus 2 is equal to 0, so we can write this equation in the form fxy is equal to 0. Then y cannot be expressed explicitly in terms of x, but still the value of y depends upon the x. So we can assume that x is independent variable, so y will be the dependent variable. In such cases, y is an implicit function of x. So here it is important to know that there may exist one or more functions f connecting y with x so as to satisfy equation 2, or there may not exist any of the functions satisfying this equation. So the process of finding the derivative of y with regard to x in case of y being implicit function of x is known as implicit differentiation. So we should be clear that if y can be written in terms of x, that means one variable y can be expressed in terms of another variable, that is independent variable, or if x can be expressed in terms of y. So these type of functions are called explicit functions. That means one variable can be expressed in terms of other variable. Now, if we get any function where it is difficult to find x in terms of y and y in terms of x, so these type of functions are called implicit function. However, it is clear that here x is independent, here we can say x is independent, y is independent. So one variable is independent, other is dependent on that. Still, if we are not able to write them in terms of any other variable, then it is implicit function, otherwise it is explicit function. And in case of explicit function, if we differentiate, then differential is said to be explicit differentiation. Now we'll do some question on implicit functions. Find dy by dx for the following function. So for example, if we take xy is equal to 10xy, now it is difficult to write y in terms of x or x in terms of y. So we'll say it is implicit function, or we can write it as fxy is equal to 0. Now xy is equal to 10xy. So differentiating xy with respect to x we get, so here we have two functions, x is function of x and y is function of x, as we assume that x is independent, so y is dependent on x. So y is dependent on x, so we assume that y is function of x. If we assume this only, then we can differentiate y. Now if we differentiate, then we have to apply product rule, and it is x dy by dx plus y into differential of x, that is 1. Now again, if we assume that xy is u, then u is xy, and here we can take right hand side is equal to z, it is tan u, because xy is u. Now we can differentiate them separately. Du by dx is x dy by dx plus y into 1, and dz by du is differential of tan u, that is sec square u. So we can find dz by dx, that is differential of z with respect to x. So it is dz by du and then du by dx, because u is function of x and y and z is function of u. So we apply this using chain rule, and we can now put the value. Del z by del u is sec square u, and del u by del x is x dy by dx plus y. So in that way we can find dz by dx, that is differential of this function, and it is sec square xy into x dy by dx plus y. Now we have to find the differential of this. So now we can put the value on left hand side, it is x dy by dx plus y, and on the right hand side it is del z by del x. So we differentiate with respect to x. So here we can write, that is from original question, it is differential with respect to x of xy, and it is differential of 10xy. Now we can put the value. So differential of this is this, and differential of 10xy is can be written as this. From here now we have to separate dy by dx. So we can combine this expression containing dy by dx can be shifted to left hand side. So here we write it is x sec square xy dy by dx plus y sec square xy. Now we take the common dy by dx, so it will be x minus x sec square xy, and here we can shift this y on the right hand side, so it will be minus y. So dy by dx into x can be written as this. So we can see here minus y can be taken as common. Now we have the same expression on both the side, that is 1 minus sec square xy. So by cross multiplication we can cancel it. So we cancel this expression. Now it is minus y upon x. So in that way we can find dy by dx is minus y upon x. So it is the answer. So here we can take some more example. X square minus xy plus y square is equal to 7. Although we can find y in terms of x, because we can assume that it is quadratic equation in y, but it will be easy to differentiate it implicitly. So differentiating with respect to x, and we have to keep in mind that y is also function of x, because y is dependent on.
Is there an issue with Sir's internet or is my died?
Hi.
Okay.
I think Sarah has left the class.
वाईफाई ऑफ हो गया होगा नहीं चली होगी आ
देयर
जाए
इज इशू, उनके वाईफाई से इशू है शायद से कुछ।
आ जाए
Hello. I think sir has started another meeting.
Where?
How is that
Hello.
possible?
It is.
Okay, there was some problem. Is the PPT visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. So we are discussing this question second part. So we can differentiate with respect to x, then we get 2x minus this. Now We can simplify it and then we can take common dy by dx, and it is equal to y minus 2x upon 2y minus x. Again we take this question, x cube plus y cube plus 3axy is equal to 1. So differentiating with respect to x, we get it is 3x square plus 3y square of y cube dy by dx plus 3a. Now we'll apply product rule. It is x dy by dx plus y is equal to 0. Now here we can take common dy by dx. So it is minus 3x square minus 3ay. Then its value is, now here we can take common 3, and then its value is minus x square plus ay upon y square plus ax. Again, if we take another question, 4x plus 3y is equal to log 4x minus 3y, and we have to find dy by dx. So we can directly differentiate with respect to x. So it is 4 plus 3 dy by dx is equal to, differential of log is 1 by x. If it is log x, so it is log 4x minus 3y, so it is 1 by 4x minus 3y into differential coefficient of 4x minus 3y, that is 4 minus 3 dy by dx. Now we can take common dy by dx, so this expression can be shifted to left hand side, and it is 3 plus 3 upon 4x minus 3y, and here this 4 can be shifted to right hand side, so it is 4 upon 4x minus 3y minus 4. Now we can simplify it, so its value is this. Now we can see that this expression is same, so we can find dy by dx as, we can shift by cross multiplication, and then we can cancel the common expression, that is 4x minus 3y, and now its value is 4 upon 3, 1 minus 4x plus 3y upon 1 plus 4x minus 3y. So this is the answer. Now we come to exponential function. If a is any positive real integer, then the function f defined by fx is equal to a raised to power x is called general exponential function, where domain of fx is a raised to power x is r. Now for the function fx is equal to a raised to power x, where a is greater than 0, x belongs to r, the following properties are there. A raised to power 0 is 1, so it is always there. Second is a raised to power x into a raised to power y. We can always write a raised to power x plus y for all x y belongs to r. If a raised to power x raised to power y, so we can write them as a product, a raised to power xy for all xy belongs to r, and a raised to power minus x is equal to 1 upon a raised to power x for all x belongs to r. So these results we have to remember. Further, if a is greater than 1, then f is strictly increasing function, and if lies between 0 and 1, then it is strictly decreasing function. And fx is equal to, if a is 1, then it is 1 raised to power x, so which is 1, which is constant function. Now if a is not equal to 1, then range of this function is 0 to infinity, and if a is equal to 1, then range of this function is 1 only. Now in particular, if a is equal to e, that is the base e, then an irrational number whose approximate value is this, so it is also known as Euler number, or you can say Napier number. So e is always equal to 2.71828, it is approximate value. Then the function fx is equal to e raised to power x is called natural function, natural number, exponential function. It has the following property. Domain of this function is R, and range of f is 0 to infinity. It is strictly increasing function e raised to power x, and we take the limit x tends to infinity e raised to power x minus 1 upon x. It is 1. So we put the value of this limit and we put x is equal to 0. It is e raised to power 0 minus 1. So it is 1 minus 1 upon 0. So it is 0 over 0. So we can find it by applying L'Hospital rule. So if we get this form 0 over 0, we can separately differentiate numerator and denominator, and then we can evaluate the limit. So we differentiate, it is e raised to power x upon 1, and then we can put the limit x tends to 0. So it will be e raised to power 0, that is 1. So in that way we can find this limit. So now we come to logarithmic function. A function a raised to power x is strictly monotonic if a is not equal to 1. That is strictly increasing if a is greater than 1, and strictly decreasing if it lies between 0 and 1. So a raised to power x is 1 function. Therefore a raised to power x is inversible for a not equal to 1. The inverse of function is called logarithmic function with base a, and it is denoted as log x base a. So now as the range of exponential function is 0 to infinity, it follows that domain of log x is 0 to infinity. And in particular, when the base e is the function fx is equal to log x base e, it is called natural logarithmic function. Sometimes it is also denoted as log x or ln x. So clearly log x base a is not defined for 0 and negative real numbers. Now when the base of a logarithmic function is not mentioned, it is always to be taken as e. Now there are certain properties of log x base a. Number 1, domain of log x base a is 0 to infinity and ranges are log 1 base a is always equal to 0, and if the base and value is same, that is log a base a, then it is always equal to 1. So we have this formula, log base a xy is equal to log x plus log y with base a. Log x upon y can be written as log x minus log y. Log x raised to power y can be written as y log x, and log x base a can be written as log x upon log a. So with this base can be written in the denominator. Now here in this case base will be the same. E raised to power x can always be written as e raised to power x log a, or we can also write it as e raised to power log a raised to power x. So here x can be written as e raised to power log x, where x is greater than a. So these are some formulas based on log. So here we have some properties of Euler number, that is e raised to power x. So exponential function is there. So d by dx of e raised to power x, that is exponential function, then it is e raised to power x. Now if we see the graph, it is graph of function y is equal to e raised to power x, that is exponential function. So this is exponential function, and here we can write the graph log x base e. So we can see that these are strictly increasing function, and if dy d of ex by dx, that is differential of e raised to power x, is always equal to e raised to power x, That means if we find the tangent at any of these points, suppose we find tangent at this value, so its value is equal to 1. So always tangent is of this function is always equal to e raised to power x. Now differential of log x, that is natural log, is 1 by x. Differential of a raised to power x is a raised to power x log a, and differential of log x base a is 1 by x of differential of log x, and then it is multiplied by log a. There are certain definition of Euler number, that is e. It is also known as natural number sometimes. Now e can be evaluated as limit n tends to infinity 1 plus 1 by n raised to the power n. So we can find this limit by expanding it by binomial function. So we can apply here binomial function 1 plus x raised to power n. So it is 1 plus nx plus n minus 1 upon factorial to x square and so on. So we expand it, then it will be limit n tends to infinity 1 plus nx. Now here n is n, and in place of n x we have 1 by n plus n minus 1 upon factorial 2, that is 2, and x square, that is 1 by n square, and so on. So we see that here 1 can be, and this n can be cancelled. Here we have n square, so 1 n can be cancelled, and it is 1 by 1 minus n. So in that way we can write it as limit n tends to infinity. It will be 1 plus 1 plus, now it will be 1 minus 1 by n upon 2 plus and so on. So that will be, if we put the limit n tends to infinity, so this will be 0. Similarly we can get some more function, so it will be equal to 2.718 and something. So in that way we can find this value, and it is known as number e. So e is the unique positive number for which limit h tends to infinity raised to power h minus 1 upon h is equal to 1. Again it is of the form 0 over 0, so we can apply L'Hospital rule, and then we can evaluate the limit. It will be equal to 0. E can also be written as sigma n from 0 to infinity 1 by factorial n. So we put the value, that is 1 upon factorial 0, that is 1, plus 1 upon factorial 1, plus 1 upon factorial 2. So we get this value, that is 2.71828. So it is equal to E again. So now we come to the next portion of differentiation, derivative of function of the type u raised to power v. So we get any function of this form, that is u raised to the power v. So we can take log on both the side, then it can be written as log y is equal to v log u. Now differentiating both the sides of the above equation with respect to x, here log y differential will be 1 upon y dy by dx, and here we can take the differential with respect to x. So now dy by dx can be written as, by cross multiplication this y can be shifted, and it is y d by dx of v log v u, and again we can put the value of y, that is u raised to power v, into d by dx of v log u. So in that case, if we get any function of this form, we'll differentiate like this, and we'll always get the answer in the form u raised to power v d by dx of the original portion. So come to the question of these types. X raised to power sin x. So differentiate with respect to x. So let us assume that it is equal to y. So y is equal to x raised to power sin x. Now taking log on both the side, we get log y is equal to log of x sin x. Now we can use the formula log m raised to power n is n log n. So log x raised to power sin x is sin x log x. Now we can differentiate. So log y differential is 1 upon y divided by dx. And now we have two functions. So we'll apply the product rule. Sin x, so we'll first differentiate with respect to x of this function. So differential of log x is 1 by x. And next time log x will remain the same and differential of sin x is cos x. So after simplification we can get this, and then this y can be shifted to right hand side. So it will be y into sin x upon x plus cos x log x. And again we'll put the value of y, that is equal to x raised to power sin x from 1. So in that way we can get the answer. Again we have another question, that is sin x raised to power x. So let y is equal to sin x raised to power x. So you can take log on both the sides. So log y is log of sin x raised to power x. So we can write it again, x into log sin x. Now differentiating with respect to x, we get differential of log y is 1 upon y dy by dx. And on right hand side we'll first differentiate log sin x. So we'll apply the product rule, x will remain the same. Differential of log sin x is 1 upon sin x into cos x, and then log sin x into differential of x, that is 1. So here we can simplify it, and then we can shift this y, and it is sin x raised to power x into x cot x plus log sin x. So that is the answer. Again the next question is sin x raised to power 10x. So again we'll take y is equal to this, then log y is this. So we'll get a product of 10x and log sin x. Differentiating we get, so 1 by 1 differential is there. First we'll differentiate log sin x and then summation, and next time we can differentiate 10x. So differential of 10x is sec square x, and then we can simplify it. As we can see, 10x is sin x upon cos x, so we can cancel these cos x and sin x. So its value is 1 plus sec square x into log sin x. Now dy by dx is y into this, and then we can put the value of y, that is sin x raised to power 10x. So that is the answer. So in that way we can find the differential of any function which is of the form u raised to the power v. Now here we have two different type of questions. Number one, if we have so many different functions as a product and in fractions, so in all these type of cases we can generally assume y is equal to given function. Then we can write under root is 1 by 2 power, and then we have to take log. So log y is 1 by 2. Then we can apply the formula for logarithm, log ab upon log cd. So it will be log a plus log b minus log c minus log d. And this is log m raised to power n, so it is n log m. So in that way we can expand it. Now it is very simple formula. Log ab is this, and log a upon b is here. So now we can differentiate with respect to x. It is 1 upon y divided by dx. So log x minus 1 differential is 1 upon x minus 1. Log x minus 2, 1 upon x minus 2, and so on. Then we can shift this y on the right hand side. and then we can put the value. So original value of y is under root x minus 1 x minus 2 upon x minus 3 into x square plus x plus 1. So this is y and this is the answer. Now the next variety of differentials of this question is x raised to power m y raised to power n is equal to x plus y raised to power m plus n. Then we have to show dy by dx is y upon x. So here we can take log again. So it will be m log x plus n log y is equal to m plus n log x plus y. So now we can differentiate with respect to x and then we can simplify it. So here we can take common dy by dx on one side and then we can cancel. Its value is y upon x. Now we have some different type of questions. Suppose we have a function y as an infinite series. So in case of infinite series, we have to take this function as y is equal to x raised to power x is equal to x raised to power x and so on up to infinity. So for that we have to use one property of infinite series. That is, if we have an infinite series, then we can delete or add finite numbers of its term. So there will not be any effect if we delete or add finite number of its term because it is extending up to infinity. So if we have y is equal to x raised to power x raised to the power x and so on up to infinity, and we have to find dy by dx. So here we have, sometimes the value of y is given as infinite series. In such cases, we use the fact that a term is deleted from an infinite series. It remains unaffected. So therefore, the given function may be written as y raised to power y is equal to x raised to power. So from here, we can assume it is again equal to y. So we write this function as y. So y is equal to x raised to power y now, because y is infinite series. Now in this type of question, then we have to take log on both the sides. So taking log on both the sides, we get log y is equal to y log x, and then we can differentiate with respect to x on both the sides. So differentiating, we get 1 upon y dy by dx is, now here y is function of x and log x is function of x. So we'll apply the product rule. It is dy by dx into log x plus y will remain the same, and now here we write differential of log x. So differential of log x is 1 by x. Now dy by dx can be taken on one side and then we can take it common. So its value is this y upon x. Now dy by dx, we can cross multiply it and its value will be y square upon x into 1 minus y log x. So that is the answer. So we get these type of questions, then we have to convert these type of functions again in terms of y, and for that we can use the property of infinite series. Here we have some more questions. If y is under root sin x plus under root sin x plus under root sin s up to infinity, so from here we can see that it is again y. So in place of this, we again write it is y as it is infinite series. So it will be easy to find. Now this series may be written as y is equal to under root sin x plus y. So we can square both the sides. So we get y square is equal to sin x plus y. And then we can differentiate both the side with respect to x. So it is 2y dy by dx is equal to cos x plus dy by dx. Now dy by dx can be taken on one side and then we can take common. So its value is cos x upon 2y minus 1. So here we have some more examples. Y is equal to sin x upon 1 plus cos x upon sin x, 1 plus sin x upon cos x. So this can be seen as the original series is y is equal to sin x upon 1 plus something. So now we have to see that from where it is repeating. Sin x upon 1 plus something, we have to check this. So here we can see that sin upon 1 plus something is from here. So again we get the original question from here. Sin x upon 1 plus something. This something is cos upon 1 plus and so on. So here we'll take this as y. Again it is y. So we can write it y is equal to sin x upon 1 plus cos x upon 1 plus this is y. So here we write this as y. Now we can simplify it. So here it is 1 plus y plus cos x in denominator, and then this 1 plus y can be shifted to numerator, and then after cross multiplication we get y plus y square plus y cos x is equal to 1 plus y sin x. Now we can differentiate on both the sides. So we get dy by dx plus 2y dy by dx plus dy by dx cos x and so on. Now we can shift dy by dx on one side, and then we can take common. So we get the required result as this is the answer. Here again we have y is equal to x plus 1 upon x plus something and so on. So we can write x plus something. So x plus something is 1 upon, again from here we get y. So this is y. So we have to write y in place of this expression. So we get this y is equal to x plus 1 upon y. Here we write it, and then we can simplify and then differentiate, so we get the answer. So now I think you are comfortable in this. We have many more questions like this. Y is equal to under root x raised to power under root x plus raised to power under root x and so on. So we can write from here it is y, and then we can solve this, so we can get the answer. So this is last question. Y is equal to e raised to power x plus e raised to power x, e raised to power x and so on. You can easily do it. From here you can again write it as y, and then it is e raised to power x plus y. Taking log we get this, then differentiating we get this as answer. So now you can do one thing, you can practice one question. I'm writing a question and you have to do it. Let us check whether you are able to do it. If y is equal to a raised to power x raised to the power ax raised to the power and so on up to infinity. Okay, now you have to prove that dy by dx is given by, it is y square log y upon x into 1 minus y log x into log y. So you try this question, please note that, and till that I can take the attendance. Now there is one problem that some of the student come in the class and then they leave. So in that case, attendance given, it is not possible to give the attendance. So you have to stay in the class. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So have you written the question? It is if y is equal to a raised to power x, raised to power a raised to power x, and so on up to infinity, then you have to prove dy by dx is equal to y square log y divided by x into 1 minus y log x into log y. Okay. So now I'm taking the attendance. Some students have complained that they are not getting attendance. I want to ask that whether its color is changing now or not.
No, sir.
No,
Not
sir.
No, it is the same.
Not yet, sir.
Yes, sir.
You
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir. No difference.
No attendance is marked yet.
Okay, so no problem. We have informed, and they have told us that you have to maintain the attendance on manual basis. So we are maintaining on the basis of manual, and we are also marking the attendance on Amazon. So don't worry about it. We also keep the record of Amazon attendance. So Nandini, I'm taking the attendance, please. Nandini, Vanshveer, Vanshveer, just a minute. So okay, Vanshveer, are you there? Samaksh Mittal, Nikhil Singh, Tushar Jain.
Present, sir.
Okay, Himang Bhatia, Sajan Shankar, Nikita Sharma.
present, sir.
Okay, Nibir.
Present, sir. Nibir.
Okay, Spraha Kumawat, Ayush Sharma, Hiren Sahani, Pranav Marwaha.
Present, sir. Pranab. Present.
Okay, Fairaj Hassan, Divyanshi.
Present, sir.
Okay, Vidhi Chadda, Hardik Anand,
Sir, with each other
Lashika.
present.
Okay, Lashika Bhagat.
Present, sir.
Okay, Ojas Singh, Rakshit Malik, Vedant Asija.
Present, sir.
Okay, Prabal Kalhans, Lakshya Arora.
Present, sir.
Okay, Tanupriya Pathak, Ojasvi, Miss Rama,
Present,
Sameer
sir.
Chaudhary. Okay.
Rama,
Sameer
present.
Chaudhary. Okay, done. Sameer Chaudhary. Yash Kapoor. Kushagra Jain. Yash
Present, sir.
Kapoor.
Tushar.
Kushagra Jain. Kushagra Jain. Okay. Sudhanshu.
Present, sir.
Okay. Sarthak Gupta.
Present, sir.
R. Shreyas. Pranav Verma.
Present, sir.
Pranav Verma. Okay. Lakshajit Thapa.
Present, sir.
Okay. Achal Shankar. Aman Goyal. Aman Goyal. Mohit Rohila.
Present, sir.
Okay. Vanshika Jain.
Present, sir.
Okay. Gauri Dhingra.
Yes, sir. Present.
Okay. Sudiksha Sharma. Aditya Kumar. Prajwal Goswami.
Present, sir.
Okay. Shantanu Raj Chaudhary.
Present, sir.
Okay. Naman Kataria.
Present, sir.
Okay. Pragati Mehra. Pragati Mehra. Aryaman Anand.
Armin present.
Okay. Parth Bansal.
Present, sir.
Okay. Bhavya Singh. Apar Bhatnagar. Ateek Ahmed. Ans Srivastav. Naima Sultan. Sara Javed. Ashita Kaushik.
Present, sir.
Okay. Ujjwal Chaudhary. Dhruv Aswal.
Present, sir. Present, sir.
Dhruv Aswal. Okay. Vaibhav Madan.
Present, sir. Vaibhav
Vaibhav
Madan.
Madan.
Present, sir.
Okay. Chandan Kumar Saha.
Present, sir.
Okay. Jitesh Pratap Singh.
Present, sir.
Okay. So thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
We'll meet on Monday.
इस क्वेश्चन का सॉल्यूशन
Okay.
आप चैट बॉक्स में डाल देंगे
Question का solution. Okay. No problem. Okay. Or I can tell you right now.
सर
You
क्योंकि
have
हुआ नहीं हुआ
right now what you have taken. It is y is equal to a raised to power x raised to the power y. Okay.
यस सर
A raised to power x raised to the power y. Then you have to take the log. Then log y will be x raised to power y log a. Is that okay? Log
सर
y
log
is
लिखेगा
equal
log y equals to log a की power x into y
log a raised to the power x raised to power y. So we have to apply log m raised to power n, that is n log m. So it will be log y is equal to x raised to power y into log a.
okay x raised to power y सर गलती मिल गई
Okay, now you can easily do it. You can again take log. That will be easy.
हाँ
Okay.
सर अब हो जाएगा
So it will be, now write down log y is equal to y log x plus log a. And now you can easily differentiate it. Last equation is log of log y is equal to y log x plus log of log a. So log of log a is constant. If you differentiate, it will be equal to 0. Now you can easily do it. Okay. And answer is there in the PPT.
Yes.
So okay, thank you so much. We'll meet
Thank
on
you,
Monday.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, sir.